Nigel Farage claimed three countries were beginning to fracture from EU unity, noting comments from Lithuania, Poland and Hungary. The former Ukip leader and vice-chairman of Leave Means Leave rejected claims the EU was standing united over the Brexit Withdrawal Agreement. Mr Farage also claimed the one option looming larger for the UK was Britain walking away from the European Union on WTO terms. He said, "The truth is they are beginning to fracture. We are hearing comments from Lithuania, we are hearing comments from Poland. Indeed a little bit from Hungary. There is a beginning of a process of fracturing," he added. "But look, the truth of it is the British Prime Minister signed up for something called the Irish backstop. It is a disaster." Brexit news. Nigel Farage claimed the EU was beginning to fracture. Image Sky News Getty. "The truth is they are beginning to fracture." Nigel Farage, "It is the kind of thing that you would only sign if you had been defeated militarily. She now wants to get out of it. They won't allow her. So we are now staring down the barrels at two very clear choices." The Sky News host stepped in, insisting Mrs May was not considering removing the backstop but instead changing it. Mr Farage replied, "Well, again that makes the problem even worse because she gave the impression to Parliament the other day that she would get out of it and seek alternative arrangements. Now she has said that we will stay in it, and looked at time limit. I just don't now see, I really don't see, even with 11th-hour negotiations, how this withdrawal agreement gets through. One of the options now, that is looming larger, and particularly with the British public, is that we leave on WTO terms. That is what Mr Tusk is scared of." On Wednesday, the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, sparked fury after he delivered a brutal message to politicians in the UK who had promoted Britain's departure from the EU. Mr Tusk said, "I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan how to carry it out safely." During his speech, Mr Tusk also warned Britain that the Brexit Withdrawal Agreement was not open for renegotiation, and said he hoped Prime Minister Theresa May came back to Brussels on Thursday with a realistic suggestion. He said, "I hope that tomorrow we will hear from Prime Minister May a realistic suggestion on how to end the impasse in which the process of the orderly withdrawal of the UK from the EU has found itself following the latest votes in the House of Commons." Mrs May will travel to meet the President of the European Commission on Thursday to try to secure changes to the withdrawal agreement which could then persuade MPs to support her deal in a series of votes expected on February 14. During a separate press conference with the Irish Taoiseach on Wednesday, the President of the European Commission warned Mrs May the withdrawal agreement was not open for renegotiation. Mr Juncker said, "She knows that the Commission is not prepared to reopen the issue.